one time we dressed up, like you wore a tie, I wore like a gown, and we went to the pizza parlor. That was fun.
That was really fun. Hey, I'm Christopher. This is Fatima. We're doing Sea Monster YK. That's the channel you're on. We're married high school sweethearts and artists and pretty cool dudes. Anyway, so happy Valentine's Day, unless you're watching...
Happy Valentine's month.
Happy Valentine's Day. We're celebrating Valentine's Day today.
Month long.
We're celebrating Valentine's Day today in our special way.
Today we're going to answer 20 romantic questions.
Oh yeah, we thought this would be fun. One of the unique things that we bring to the world is that we are married high school sweethearts. So Valentine's Day is like our time to shine. We campaigned for cutest couple in high school as high school seniors. We did not get it. That hasn't affected us. We don't think about it all the time.
We're romantic.
Yeah.
And
we weren't cute. We were awesome. As high school seniors, we used to bring stuffies into school. Carry them around. One thing we did was we went and got lunch and a blanket, and we went back to campus. And since we were seniors, we were allowed free reign of campus. And we just went into a courtyard that literally no one used, and we had a picnic. Mm-hmm. It was one of my favorite. I think about that. It was a good picnic.
Many years later, we got married.
That's true.
We've been killing it. Our marriage is good. We assume our marriage is better than yours.
No. She assumes your marriage is better than ours. I don't think about your marriage at all.
From Wheezy Waiter, who curated them from a list of 200 questions.
Oh my.
But he answered 20. He and his wife China answered these questions.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Let's go.
All right, question 1. What is the most essential thing in a successful relationship?
100%. This is going to be weird.
I was flatteringly referred to as the weird kid.
But I think it's self-assurance.
Mm-hmm.
I think you need to be comfortable and happy with yourself. Because you're not going to have, it is impossible to have a successful relationship without that.
Mm-hmm.
I think
that's really good.
Once you're in a relationship, there's so many other things that are also important, but this is the linchpin. You take that out, nothing works.
That's so good. I was going to say communication.
That's my number 2, for sure. I do think that's also true, but I don't even think you can get to the step of, I think you could have perfect communication. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have self-assurance and you're not comfortable with yourself, maybe I'm saying the wrong thing, but then...
No, I think you're totally right. You don't get married if you're not comfortable with who you are. You don't have to know every little single thing, but know your central rod that keeps you connected to earth and keeps you connected to the heavens, right?
Yeah, my sense of self, my understanding of myself changed a lot, and I was not ready to marry. Mm-hmm. And that was good. I really wasn't. It wasn't that I...
Yeah, and it's not like you're not going to change after you get married. Obviously you are.
Right.
Hopefully your marriage is longer than your life before your marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have... Oh, you go on. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, but then as soon as I felt really solid with myself, and like Fatima said, you still will change. Mm-hmm. But as soon as I really understood and felt happy with who I was and understood this is who I am, I'm not unsure about that at all. That's when I knew I was ready for marriage. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's when we did our pre-engagement.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Communication is just always important. You should always be talking. There should never be anything that you cannot say for your own self-assurance. I was going to also say trust, but I think trust is important. And it does say in a successful relationship, not in a successful marriage. In any relationship, you should trust each other.
Yeah. I think that's also I think if you don't have self-assurance, when I imagine what that looks like in a relationship, mm-hmm. I think of it's a lack of trust in your partner. Because if you don't even know who you are and what you want and what's important to you, it can be really hard. It can be really hard to trust in someone else because you can't even really trust in yourself.
Yeah. What I was going to say is that I trust you even when I don't feel self-assured. Like, I trust that if anything happens where I'm not able to do that, I trust you.
Yeah.
And like that is important in a marriage.
Yeah, that type of trust is really important to be able to, when you for whatever reason are incapacitated and can't make a decision, to just trust your spouse, or let's, in this seriousness, it would be your spouse, to make that decision for you, and not only make the decision that's right for the marriage, but also make the decision that they know you would make, or you would be comfortable with making, or that is best for you. That's a weight off, right?
Are you ready for question 2?
Question 2.
What is something I did that you thought was exceptionally kind and thoughtful?
I mean, this is like why I like you, is because you were exceptionally kind and exceptionally thoughtful.
I am exceptionally thoughtful. How do we...
So I was food insecure for a lot of my early life and early adulthood. And something you did was you would make me lunch and bring me lunch. That was exceptionally kind and thoughtful. It really sticks out to me.
Yeah. And likewise, you brought me that Wonka bar.
Yeah, the old Wonka bar.
Scrumdiddlyumptious.
Was it the Scrumdiddlyumptious?
I don't know. Well,
or was it just the Wonka?
Anyway, you brought me a candy bar when I was going to be in school past sunset. I was fasting, and you brought me a candy bar, and you left it in my locker for me.
Yeah.
And like, that was very thoughtful.
I had enough time to walk into town and get you a candy bar and drop it off for you.
Yeah, so I think...
I wrapped it. Fancy.
Another thing that I think of, like when I thought of this question, was when you got me Stella. That was exceptionally kind. Stella is one of our little stuffed elephants.
Yeah.
And when you like indulge in that and like you tuck me in and like you take care of me in that kind of way, which for a lot of people would be like a little condescending or juvenile.
Cringe. I think a lot of people find it cringe. I understand, like it can feel cringy to engage in like unfettered whimsy, especially something that is coded childish.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Thank you. That's great. I love it.
Yeah, I love that you went with that. And then, I think just making sure that you eat, making sure that each other eats, making sure that each other stops working when it's time to stop working. I think those are things that are exceptionally kind and exceptionally thoughtful.
Yeah.
Because we have to, like, you have to gauge another person's mood, right?
And ability and, yeah.
And that's hard to do for an adult, for another adult. Hard to do for a kid, too. But
yeah. And then I think something that you do outside of the relationship that is kind and thoughtful, when you organize events and like a small party or something like that, you were really, really like attentive to everybody's likely needs and entertaining, and you craft an experience that isn't generic, but is not, it's not like targeted at any specific person either. You take the entire group into account. And I think it's a ton of energy, a ton of work, and I think it's really thoughtful. Like people wouldn't be mad if you had a cake and some music, but you really go all out. And I think that's really kind and thoughtful.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you help with that too. It wouldn't be without you.
Question 3.
What is something small that we can do daily for each other to make our lives better? So this is something that I think should be flexible, because we often, like, we're always needing something different. I think lately it's when we have our coffee, we sit down and we're like, what are our like top 3 that we're doing today?
Yeah, the last couple of weeks, it is something small that we've been doing for each other is sitting down and just helping each other with our to-do lists for the day. It can be a lot of work to figure your own out. It can be even more work to figure out someone else's. But when we tackle it together, it makes it feel much more manageable.
Yeah, and I think I definitely take our vetoes very seriously.
That is so true, yeah. This might be the actual kindness in the situation.
Yeah.
When Fatima's doing something, and I'm like, she's telling me her list, and she puts something on there, and I'm like, that is too much for her today. It is going to burn her out. It's going to make her feel bad because she won't finish it. And, like, she needs to either break it into parts or needs to take it off the list. And saying that to your partner can be really hard, to be like, you shouldn't do that today.
Yeah.
Because it's not 100%. They're not going to be upset with you for saying that.
Yeah.
And that's true even with us. And I think that's a kindness. It's like a risk and a kindness that we both do for each other. If you've seen our other videos, you might know that I draw a cartoon for Fatima every day. And that's turned into a kindness for myself as well.
I don't think there's like something I can think of that we don't do already that we need to add to it.
Yeah.
Because it feels like...
If there is some small kindness that one of us needs or wants, we can ask the other.
Yeah,
we're pretty open about that kind of stuff, yeah.
Question 4?
Yes.
What new hobbies or activities would you like to try as a couple? Oh.
We do all of them that we want to do.
Yeah, we are constantly doing things together as a couple.
Yeah, and it's all falls into the idea of, what is it, crafts or hobbies? Hobbies or activities.
Hobbies or activities.
So like an activity, anything that we both like, we do together. And some stuff we don't both like, we still do together, just not as often. I can't imagine so let's answer this as advice.
Well, I have an answer.
Oh my.
We started to do this a little bit. Roller skate. Learn how to roller skate. So I think, like, when the weather gets a little bit better, maybe we can get to doing that again.
I like beachcombing, and when we beachcomb together, I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
And So, yeah, roller skating and beachcombing, we could do that more.
Yeah.
Beachcombing and walking, as advice, I would say walk.
Walking is so good because I talk about this in my writing advice, where, like, if you don't have a sounding board, get yourself a sounding board. And, like, take walks with your sounding board, and just, your sounding board doesn't even have to, like, have good advice or, like, be a good writer or anything. They just have to be there and be a sounding board for you.
Yeah.
And so, like, that aspect of walking is so important to me.
I started walking, I was having some trouble with my mental health, like a lot of people do. And I had read and heard for my whole life, maybe, that walking was good for it. And then I do a lot of research in the Library of Congress just for fun.
Hey, pal, did you get a load of the nerd?
And I think I was reading about Abraham Lincoln.
He walked.
And he was literally like, if you're having trouble, if you're sad, go for a walk.
Yeah.
Like, nothing is better. And for some reason, like, the advice from that man from hundreds of years ago, like, hit me in a way that, like, every other advice and psychological study did not. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I need to go for a walk.
Yeah, it's meaningful because it gets you away from where you are right now. It gets your blood pumping because you're moving more. You get sunlight on you. And then the walking is a lateral thing, so you switch back and forth when you're walking, and that's really good for your mental health.
The way you think while you're walking is, like, not as intentional, and that can really help. It's sort of like dreaming or taking a nap, or like when you learn something in your sleep that you've been trying to learn all day. walking's not quite at that, but it is akin to that, and it can really make a difference in like how you are performing at any task or thinking about different things.
My favorite thing about walking is when you're done walking, at least you walked.
That is so true. That is so true.
Like, if nothing else works, at least you can, like, say you did something today.
Yeah, went for a walk.
Question 5. What questions should partners ask each other before getting married?
All of them. So I wonder if this is like where the body's buried, or how many bodies, or like what's your religion. But I feel like you should have asked all the questions.
Yeah, never stop asking questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting married is not a reason to... It's not like, okay, all my questions are answered now.
Yeah. Like, you have to ask whatever the deal breakers are for you.
Yeah.
But ideally, you would have asked those pretty early on. Yeah. But ask again. People change.
Yeah, so I think that's totally true. People change, and then, like, we're just saying you should keep asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
Are there specific questions, though, that are particularly important?
My only one that I can really think of, right, is, do you want kids?
Mm-hmm.
I think that could be really important. I think if there's a particular political ideology or religion that you feel very strongly about and that you want to share with your partner, and like you should ask that, and maybe don't just ask like the surface level question, like you should dig into that together,
right?
But where you want to live, I think that could be,
where do you want to live is a great one.
And like,
how
are you willing to move, and are you willing to stay?
Yeah. How much do you like to travel?
That's a nice...
Because if you're incompatible, that can be really messy.
In the travel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have an obsessive disorder, which makes it really hard for me to travel. And we traveled a lot when we first got married. And it was a little messy. Yeah. But like, I do like to travel.
Yeah,
and it's just that it's hard for me. I
think we figured that out after we got married. So it was not essential.
Yeah,
just always be asking questions.
Yeah.
And I think that's our advice. All right, ready for question 6?
Question 6.
Where do you want to live when we retire?
Yeah, that's a good question. I basically don't care. I would love, because I like beachcombing, I would love to be by the beach, but as long as there's some accessible nature, I'll comb something else, right?
Yeah, so true. Deciduous forest?
Yeah, I do love deciduous forest.
Yeah,
but, like, it wouldn't kill me if we ended up, like, in the tropics either, right? Like, I don't...
That's true. That's very true.
I don't even really care about the country, as long as there's some sort of community. That's the number one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I was trying to think of an answer, and that's it. Like, I want, like, at least a small community. Everyone knows one of my main goals for us. Like, it doesn't matter where we live, but we need to have a work sink. And then second is that I want to know our farmers and our ranchers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, at least professionally. So,
yeah.
Like, if there's that kind of community, then it does not matter to me.
Yeah.
But I say that, and like, thinking about living in fill in the blank states makes me like very, very tense.
Yeah. So I think that's a really good point, and I think that's something we sort of glossed over, because while that's true, like, that's the truth, that's the core of the truth for us, there are things that we would prefer. Like a state that offers some protections and has laws that we agree with. I think that's really important. If we lived in the United States or another country, the same thing. A country that has laws that we agree with.
Yeah. Number 7. What's your favorite way to spend time together?
Wow, this is hard. I I really don't like to spend any time with you.
Sarcasm. It's a great way to deal. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Nah.
And my answer is doing the nasty.
Yeah, that's everything is so good. I like conversing probably the most. I really love to talk to you, especially about something we haven't talked about before, which, like, you'd be surprised. We still constantly find things that we haven't spoken about before, or at least that we don't remember talking about.
Yeah.
Also, I really love when we're trying to solve a problem together. This is a big reason why I like doing the YouTube channel with you, because it's a series of little problems that we're solving together, and we're relying on each other to solve the problems. But any puzzle game is also the same, or when we work on a piece of art together, which is the same. It's just a piece of art. For the way I look at it is, it's just a bunch of problems to solve in a row. And so all that's really fun.
Yeah, I love that. I love watching you do, like, things that are above my head. But, like, probably my favorite way to hang out with you is when we just talk, and especially when we, like, joke around.
Yes, yeah. We both think we're very funny.
Yes.
A really weird kid. He'll be looking directly at you and start laughing. No one knows why. He's just there, laughing.
So that's good.
Yeah.
I remember in high school, one of the things that, like, I remember very vividly about Fatima was that she would just be laughing.
Julie laughs at everything.
No one told a joke. She would just be laughing. And, like, when I started telling people, like, oh, I like this girl, we're talking, people would be like, oh, she sometimes just laughs. Have you noticed that? Like, she's a little weird. She's just, like, laughing.
Yeah. I wonder if they thought I was laughing at them.
Maybe. No one said that to me, but it wouldn't surprise me. People are so self-centered and insecure.
Why is she always smiling?
Yeah, but I was like, oh, okay. And I just remember I would, like, get you to explain what you were laughing at. And, like, at first you were pretty resistant, but some of it's very funny.
Yeah.
And so, like...
But sometimes it's, like, the way the water swished around that glass was really funny to me.
Yeah. I think I'm funny, but it's just because she laughs at everything.
Aw. That's nice. Alright, number 8. In what areas do you think our personalities complement each other?
This is a question we are constantly asking. So I think, like everybody else, we're on, like, a mental health journey, right? And I think that this question really gets to the heart of that.
Right, that's so true.
Because it's not just, like, your personality is, like, so linked to your mental health, right? And at least how it's presented to the world and your spouse. I really struggle with stuff, and with some aspects of, like, actually starting and getting things done. Fatima's very good at that. With that, I think, like, it's called executive function, and being able to, like, just start to do a thing. And that I'm really bad at just starting to do a thing. And so she can help me with that. That's something that she does help me with, and it's really important. It's changed my life. And I think I help you with, I know there's stuff.
Everything. Yeah, I think that you can do everything. Right? Like, if I have an idea, you can do it. If you know what you want to do, I can figure out the idea for it. Right.
Okay, so that's really true. Is like Fatima is very conceptual, and I am very eclectic. I have, like, a very eclectic knowledge, and I love research. So if Fatima's like, hey, what do you think? Can we do this? I'm going to go research and find out. I'm going to love the whole process, and I'm going to come back with an answer and a plan.
Right.
And I think, like, that can be really good. You're very ideas-y and very doy. And then I'm very, like, all the interstitial stuff, which is very important also. Yeah.
I think we're a very good team.
Yeah.
On all aspects of our team.
Yeah, because you're not huge into research.
No, not at all. Oh, this is what I say a lot. You are a reader, and I am a writer.
Yeah, that is true. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, with life. We're gonna skip around a little.
We've spent a little too much time getting into the weeds on some of these questions, so we're just gonna skip around a little bit.
All right, so we're gonna skip to number 12. How important is it for individuals in a relationship to maintain their own personal identities?
Yeah, so I think that people get really concerned with this and confused with this and have like really varying degrees of opinions on this thing. I think you are your own person. It is impossible for you to lose your own personal identity. So to try is really unhealthy. I think, and also like is in many ways a lie or a play you're putting on. So it's 100% important to maintain your own personal identity. That doesn't mean not having a shared life, and it doesn't mean not having a couple identity.
Yeah.
Because those are different and independent things. Like we are each individuals inside the relationship and outside the relationship, but we also have relationships with people where
we're a couple.
Yeah,
and we're a unit.
Yeah. And that's true of, it's not exclusive. We don't have relationships with some people where we're a unit and some people where we're individuals. We have a relationship with some people as a couple and also with that same person as individuals. And it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, what a good point, though. Like, your personal identity is always going to be there. It's whether you honor it or you try to mask it or, like, push it down. And
that's so right.
It. So it's always important to, like, honor your personal identity and, like, be a kind person.
It's so much better to be with somebody who knows and accepts you for who you are, and you'll never be able to find that person if you morph yourself into whoever everybody wants you to be. That's everything.
Good. I think the next two we can answer quick.
Oh yeah, I was thinking we could go back and do a speed round for all the ones we missed.
Okay.
If you want.
15. What would you want your obituary to say?
Oh, this is deep.
Yeah.
I mean, loving husband. Right?
Yeah.
I am not a father. I think loving husband is a major part of my identity, in my self identity. So I think that's a good start.
Oh my gosh, I was thinking of Tombstone.
What do you want on your tombstone? Pepperoni and cheese.
This is the thing in the
newspaper. Yeah.
I was like...
Yeah, loving husband, and then something like, and local successful artist, Christopher Bell, died peacefully in his sleep. He is survived by his wife. Sent flowers.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. You?
Yeah, I probably make donation. Don't send flowers.
Yeah, that's true.
But
in lieu of flowers, send a donation to
feed the children. Yeah. So, and if you are survived by your wife, then I will be writing it. So that's good.
Lucky.
Yeah, definitely loving wife. Maybe, mother, if we adopt. And.
Not me. If we adopt, no, I'm just kidding.
And like then the books that I wrote.
Yeah, local author.
Yeah, or like maybe if I have like one really big book that like turns into a movie or something, then like they'll say what that is. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you're famous enough to have famous artwork or for them to write more than a 2-line obituary, then yeah, that's really good. Yeah, like the author of best-selling book series.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rita Tahini.
Yeah. That would be great. And like, so good to be... I'm always thinking of this, even in my death, to be a woman of color in the newspaper.
Yeah. So that's fun. It didn't cross my mind at all.
Number 17. What were the healthiest and the unhealthiest periods of your life?
This is impossible for me to answer. The healthiest period of my life has been the last 6 months.
Since hospital.
Since I got out of the hospital for an incredibly unhealthy moment.
Yeah.
That is not my unhealthiest period of my life. Is probably everything before that. In like a really terrible way. I was suffering terribly from an obsessive disorder.
Wow.
And it made me choose a really like terrible it's just basically impossible to take care of myself. So maybe this is a cop-out because it's my mental health and it's not super specific, but it is very true. And
yeah, it affected your physical health for sure.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying like I think the question is asking it's a slightly different thing. Like, oh, I was most unhealthy when I was in college and I ate junk food and drank beer every day. True, but also for me, the real answer is after the treatment, after getting treatment for my obsessive disorder and before getting treatment for my obsessive disorder.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. My unhealthiest was like probably 22, like after graduating college, to like 28.
Yeah.
Like before you moved in, right before you moved in. Before that, I was going this way, and then like during those years, I went this way, and then you got me back on track.
Yeah, I'd say that's very similar for my ages when I was in the worst part of my mental health experience.
Yeah, I also in that time had no idea that I was suffering from any sort of depression or anxiety. I thought it was just regular stress.
I was extremely aware.
Like I had no idea, and that makes it for really unhealthy. I was making bad choices for sure.
Yeah, and you didn't know.
Yeah, and I didn't know.
And I was sort of blessed because I was making bad choices and I was very aware, but I could not stop myself, as is the nature of some obsessive disorders.
Healthiest was probably before we got COVID last year. Like, maybe not entirely mentally, but like I was really like taking care of myself a lot more and keeping track of, like making sure that everything was taken care of. Things had to shake out a little bit, and like I think, like you said, you got your treatment for OCD, and like that's more important than like, you know, me doing kickboxing or whatever. But
yeah, I'm not entirely convinced that that's true for you. I think at that time you were stretched thin and it was not sustainable. And I think you've added a lot back and you are way more sustainable now.
My breakthroughs in therapy happened like after COVID. After I had COVID. Yeah.
After we caught, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's all, you always want your healthiest. I like my choices that I'm making right now. You want your healthiest to be right now.
Yeah.
And I could definitely argue that it is.
Yeah, I think I could too. I think I did.
19. What do you think your best and worst personality traits are?
I think my best is I will really get to know somebody and be kind and try to give them specific kindnesses, like go out of my way to try to understand what someone needs and help them out with that. I think that and continually, I think I can keep it up for a really long time.
Yeah.
I think that's my best trait. I think that served me really well. in my work, in my personal relationships, in my long-term friendships, in my short-term friendships. I think it's my superpower almost.
Yeah, the way that I would say it is every person is important. And every person is interesting to you. Every person is worth it. Every person's worthy.
That is a really good way to put it. I think that's a better way to put it, and maybe even more actually what it is. It's hard to see it sometimes from the inside, but you're totally right? Like, I have never met a person who I wasn't like open-hearted towards. Like, so I was brought up Christian and Catholic, and one of maybe the only thing I took away from this upbringing was that you were supposed to love literally everybody as if they were yourself. And I spent a long time thinking that was impossible. And I'm not like 100% sure it's possible now, but I am practiced at it, and I try to practice it always. It's not always easy.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cringy and corny. It's not something I talk about. I wouldn't be bringing it up now. I'm super uncomfortable bringing it up now. It's a private thing that I do, but I think it's right. I might as well share it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. What's my worst?
Well, let me say my best.
Oh, that's great.
So my best is, I can, like, when somebody is having a problem, especially when somebody is having a self-esteem problem, I can see what it is, and I can argue it away. Like,
yeah.
I'm really good at seeing things from like other people's.
So that's what I was going to say. You have a type of empathy where you can really see and pull apart and explain what somebody is going through, even without all the pieces, all the time. Even with an imperfect picture.
Yes.
And
that's exactly
right. It's like when people say like, oh, I feel seen. You see people. Like that. I think
Namaste.
that's, yeah. I think my worst trait is I can get really overwhelmed and like get a sensory overload. And it's much worse when I am trying to accomplish a thing, and it's really hard to communicate that that's what's happening to me. And I don't know if that's a personality trait exactly. I can really struggle if things are not a certain way.
So I think my worst personality trait is I want to cross out all of the to-dos on the to-do list.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too, is one of your worst personality traits is you will overset yourself and then be mad at yourself for not finishing it. I will overset myself and then be like, oh man. But you're like, why am I so terrible?
My social anxiety, my inability to like do things.
I don't mind. I don't think it's your worst personality trait. But I understand that people do, is you don't like small talk. You don't suffer fools.
My therapist was like, you're gonna have to just deal with that. Because I'm not gonna tell you that's okay. I hate it, like when I can tell someone's about to open up conversation with me and I don't know them. Like, and like I know they're just gonna say something stupid. All right, before we do the last one, let's do the rapid fire ones. So number 9.
Yeah, I think we did. What would be a deal breaker in our relationship? Like if you were dead.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that'd be it.
Yeah, I think if you were dead, and then like if you lied to me for a very long time. And then if you were not taking care of yours, you weren't trying to, like, live.
Yeah.
What's our greatest strength as a couple? Did we say that one?
No.
It's our jolliness. Our whimsy.
Or whimsy.
It's our whimsy, for sure. How realistic do you think couples in TV or movies are? So,
there are infinite TV and movies.
Yeah.
So, varied.
Yeah, they're realistic, and, like, TV and movies can only tell so much of a story.
That's
true.
true.
You're not telling the stuff that's not a story. So, as realistic as they can be.
What musical instrument do you wish you could play?
So you can play guitar, I can play violin.
Yeah, I can peck out a little on piano.
Yeah, I would love to be able to play any Joplin. Not any Joplin, not The Entertainer. Who cares about that? I want to play Maple Leaf Rag.
We looked into buying recently a steel lap guitar. What is it called?
A steel guitar.
A steel guitar. Electrical lap steel guitar.
Yeah, that's definitely one. A theremin. And,
a theremin's on my list also.
Harpsichord. What age would you like to live to?
That's not a good question. As long as I'm healthy, as long as I'm able, I don't have to have all of my health, and I don't have to have all of my ability.
Yeah.
I often think about, what'll be really terrible is if I can't draw anymore.
Yeah.
I think I could live through almost anything as long as I could draw.
Yeah.
So until I can't draw anymore, that who knows? Because I might find something else that I find fulfilling.
Yeah, for sure.
As long as I'm finding fulfillment.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because you could say 80, because when my grandfather was 80, he started losing his mind.
Right.
But you're not living in your grandfather's world. And you could say 100.
Maybe you start losing your mind when you're 59.
60, yeah. And you could say till you're 100, because that's what they predict you'll be when you're 80. But you don't know, maybe when you're 100, the world will be really terrible. So as long as you're finding fulfillment, I think.
Yeah, I think that's great. I'm not even going to say 78. If you could travel to one country for one whole month, where would you go?
A month's not long enough. Travel for 6 weeks. Travel for 2 months. Save up. And if you can, obviously. I'm not saying
Yeah, we're not traveling anywhere for just a month.
We're not traveling. Traveling is so arduous for us that if we were to go someplace, a month is not worth the toll that would have on our lives and our mental health. So, nowhere.
Yeah, so if we extend it to 3 months.
Yeah.
I think we would love to go to Japan and learn illustration and comics.
Yeah, they have a school where it's one of the reasons you can go to Japan is to study illustration and comics, and we would love to do that. Or any place that seems cool to us for 3 months would be awesome, right?
What book or movie would you like to experience for the first time again?
I don't know. I love experiencing things for the second, the third, and the fourth time.
That's so true. That's so true.
I used to feel I wish I could read that again for the first time. But, I read something new for the first time. I don't have this kind of, fantasy nostalgia, nuevo. I don't know what to call this. This is not an emotion I have anymore. I remember having this emotion as a kid. I don't have this emotion anymore.
Yeah.
You?
Maybe of Mice and Men. But that's because when I was reading of Mice and Men, I was a chapter or two in, and my brother walked through the room and he was like, "Oh, he kills a girl." I thought of one. Because just things are so different with how it is now. Daria the series. Because all of the songs and stuff are taken out of it.
Okay. So that is a nice... Yeah. There is media that I would like to experience in a way that is no longer too impossible. It is no longer possible to experience it as. Daria, for example, is lost media because all the songs and everything have been changed. there's a project to put it back together, but that's another thing. Star Wars, like, I'm not a huge fan of Star Wars or anything, but when that came out, the cut that was shown in the movie theater is no longer available. You cannot see the movie that was shown in the movie theater that became this huge, massive franchise. Yeah. That doesn't exist anymore. And also, like, the media, there was no VHS players. There was no way to watch it at home. So, like, people going to the movies to see Star Wars 8, 9, 10 times. Yeah. Like, because it was the last time they were, as far as they knew, it was the last time they were ever going to easily see it again. Like, because
and it was.
And that's true. And it ended up being like that.
All right. Last question. What are some words of wisdom that have stuck with you all of these years? So I don't know what all of these years mean, but...
Yeah. Okay. I have something very small. You live with somebody. And you share a life with them. You might share bills, and you feel married in all but name. And that maybe you are married in all but name, literally. But for me, the first day I was a married man, I did not think I would feel any different. But I did. And I have felt different ever since. And just that there is some ineffable difference between the day before your wedding day and the day after your wedding day. And I don't know if anyone said that to me exactly, but that's a thought, a wise thought.
Yeah, a word of wisdom that we taught ourselves. Everything was different, it felt like.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I have a similarly small one, but you said like such a huge one. Actually, I was gonna say, don't leave off your units.
Oh yeah, don't leave off your units.
That's pretty important.
Date your paper.
Oh my gosh, date your papers. Because as a memory keeper, it's so great to know, like, to be able to like think back, like, okay, where was I? Was I in college then? Where was I living? And like date everything. Our teacher in high school, Mr. Barber, he gave us like little pearls of wisdom as we went through the year. And then like right before we graduated, he was like, I like don't listen to any of my other pearls of wisdom. They don't matter. What matters is enjoy the ride. And that's something that will always stick with me. And then another thing is, if you saw like there was like a viral video like in 2014 or something that was like Jim Carrey, like 1 minute of Jim Carrey's graduation speech changed my life, right? So that what he basically said is,
I learned many great lessons from my father, not the least of which was that you can fail at what you don't want. So you might as well take a chance on doing what you love.
And like that also sticks with me very much.
The perfect is the enemy of the good.
Oh my god.
Which is so similar to, like, the Jim Carrey one is like more specific, can be more applicable, right? But it's really true. You could play it safe and become a computer programmer or study AI and become an AI developer, and then AI might be outlawed. You can, and you could have done that because you wanted to make sure you had a job.
Yeah.
And really, you would have loved to be an artist. I just started watching a YouTuber, Captain Disillusionment. He gives a piece of advice. He ends every video with the same thing. He says, love with your heart and use your head for everything else. Yeah.
That's great.
I just think it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Happy February, everyone. We're in the home stretch now.
Yeah.
The
days are getting longer.
Yeah, we're almost back to daylight savings time. Our favorite time of the year. I'll put the questions in the description down below. And if you want to answer any of the questions in the comments below, please do.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah,
tell us which one of our answers you thought was the most extraneous.
Give us a thumbs up if you watched this far. That's important. And
please subscribe. It helps Immeasurably.
Yeah. Immeasurably. Not subscribing is the enemy of my foot.
Bye. Make me lunch.